Music volume muted.
Hello. Today's video I want to talk about domestic violence. There is physical abuse, mental abuse, and verbal abuse. With the physical abuse, you have to be careful. A lot of women and men think that you have to stay in the relationships that you are in, and you don't. I had a friend that actually hid her physical abuse for quite a while. She would blame her black eyes on her falling down after a seizure, and we could just tell it wasn't right. And eventually we were able to see, sorry, someone just pulled up, to see that, you know, something else is going on. And I was able to tell, and this is something that I want you to look out for, when me, her, and her significant other was all around, he would not want me to be around. He felt me as a threat, and most people do. Most people will take family and friends away from the victim because they are their backbones. They are the ones that are going to be able to get them out of the relationship that they're in. And they do, they see us as a threat. So that's a big sign. If your significant other doesn't want you to have family or friends, leave the relationship. It's definitely a form of narcissistic tendencies, and it isn't healthy. Verbal abuse is horrible in itself. Um, you know, you'll get with somebody and it could take a month, it could take a year. But sometimes, over time, the person that you fell in love with that was so sweet and charming and nice, once again, back to those narcissistic tendencies, will change how they treat you. It can be name calling, um, it could be degrading you as far as who you are as a person, downing you about your job, different things like that. And mental abuse kind of goes hand in hand with that. Mental abuse, they more so try to take a situation and flip it around and make it something else, usually. And it's about control. If your significant other is trying to control and dictate every single aspect in your life, that is a form of abuse. If your, husband or boyfriend or girlfriend, wife is telling you, you can't go here, you can't go hang out and do this, you can't go to this place with this person. You're your own person. You make your own choices. Now, there's a difference in respecting your significant other's wishes by not going somewhere maybe with somebody that they think isn't good for you to hang out with, but they need to have good reasons to be able to back that up, not just about control. So I'm wanting you all to know, for any of you all that are going through domestic violence, whether it be physical, mental, or verbal, there are ways out. There are many resources, there's different groups, there are places that can help. A restraining order or an EPO, I've heard it a million times, it's just a piece of paper. It is, in fact, a piece of paper. But if you take the steps to put yourself in a environment that tries to help you and you get that EPO or that restraining order in place, it might seem like a piece of paper, and it is very stressful and frustrating. I went through it. If you get an EPO, most of the time they don't get caught because they'll show up, and before the police can get to your house, they'll take off. But if you document it and you keep logs, keep records of phone calls, record a video, that worked for me. For them coming to your house and being on your property or being within that 500 feet range, eventually they will get caught. And then that piece of paper turns into like your lifesaver. It's your life support. Um, having advocates, having a woman's advocate or a man advocate, going to different counseling groups, therapy, different things, watching inspirational videos like this online, it helps. But do your research in it. If you're thinking that maybe the person that you're with is a narcissist, which I'll get into that in another video, but meaning controlling or, just demanding, just completely, if it doesn't seem right, it's probably not right. So do your research into it. Don't be afraid. There are many of us out here that are survivors. The two statistics that I found today, it's ridiculous. With myself being a disabled, visually impaired person, I looked this statistic up. It said 40% of disabled women, not just blind, are physically victimized every year. 40%. And 1 out of every 4 men every minute in the United States are hurt by their woman or their boyfriend or whoever they're with. There's no reason for all this hate. There's no reason for harm. People don't deserve that. And I'm telling you, you are beautiful, you are strong, and there is somebody out there that will treat you right. Do not settle for less. Bye.
Stop recording video button.